सब लोगों को आश्चर्य होता है जिसे कभी आए नहीं है और शक्ल देख के समझते हैं कि कहाँ से हैं।
been working for many years in neuroprotection and the neurogeneration field. And his research work mainly focused on blood barrier in stress, trauma, and drug abuse. And particularly recently, he has been working very much on the nanoparticles in the role of nanoparticles in the neurodegeneration and the neuroprotection. And Sharma has published more than 200 research papers and has received many uh, rewards from different countries. And we, so he's very famous in his research field, and we expect he will give us beautiful lectures. Please welcome Sharma.
Very much for this great honor to be in China and to be among our friends who has great Swedish connection. You might be knowing, so I am very honored, and I will be talking to you for about 45 minutes regarding my research and also some new aspects that we have learned together with working in many different countries, including in China. As usual, whenever we come to China, we feel greatly honored. This picture was taken in 2009, and this is our 17th visit to this great country. Since I'm working with many other government organizations, so this is important for me, just accustomed to show these slides, that the views that I'm expressing here, they are only mine or ours. It does not represent the US government, US Air Force Research Laboratory, US FDA, Swedish government, or any other organization to which we are associated. If you are working on neuroscience, one thing is very peculiar or new to our brain and spinal cord is we have a blood-brain barrier that is not found in many other organs like heart and liver. So the most important thing is here the cerebral vessels that supplying blood to the brain, because they are very tight. And in almost all healthy situations, if we consider we are healthy, this barrier functions very tightly to drugs and also other organs. But in all neurological diseases, this is always leaky and produces damage to the brain. For example, here a leak can affect neurons and also the glial cells. The good point is that various drugs can influence this barrier quite a bit. So in this presence of disease, you can see this capillary is leaky, and from the extracellular fluid environment, it affects brain and neurons and glial cells very much. I am basically considering myself as a neuropathologist, and this is Professor Yngve Olsen, who is my mentor, and he's a great neuropathologist in the world. And I started my career in Uppsala University as a neuropathologist in 1988. The other mentor I must mention is Professor Sharma. He's in Germany, Free University Berlin, and he was decorated, he's also a neuropathologist and decorated as Bundestag by German Chancellor Helmut Kohl, the highest German award, and we were working on Humboldt Foundation in this period on the same subject. And you can see my wife is still here. So we believe that any kind of insult to the brain or spinal cord, there is a breakdown of the blood, brain and spinal cord barrier, which together say central nervous system. It produces edema, necrosis, ischemia. One can study various cellular mechanisms or molecular mechanisms like apoptosis, gene expression, and all together can lead to cell death. So our theory or our hypothesis is either to cut this part or this part and this part, so that even this part at later stage we can have neuroprotection. Recently, together with European Office of Aerospace Research Development, US Air Force Research Laboratory and National Center for Toxicological Research in US, we have given a task to work on effect of nanoparticles on the brain, central nervous system. Not in cell culture, but in the whole animal model, because nanoparticles are still present maybe in this room, outside our house, because they come from environmental particles, from motor vehicle exhaust, and industrial gases, and many other things. It can affect our brain function, but no systemic studies have so far been done. So we have produced this volume in 2009 where 25 experts summarized the latest aspect. Then in 2009 we also established Journal of Neuroscience. This is published from United States of America in California. We have a very high rated list of scientists working in this area. My wife is also acquisition editor, and this new aspect is praised from various countries, including the country of my birth that I left 35 years ago. This is the Indian National Congress President Sonia Gandhi, and the scientists alike. This is Dr. Shelley and Andrew V. Shelley, who got Physiology and Medicine Nobel Prize in 1977. He's also one of the associate editor of the journals, and he also thinks that this is the future of brain disease. Another Nobel laureate in chemistry, Aaron Chickanover, who got Nobel Prize in 2004. We have discussed on various aspects of nanoparticles and nanoblood delivery. He also thinks that this is the future. And then we discussed with various government organizations and research laboratories. You know, if you're healthy and you get brain injury, you have some disease processes, you can be given some drug that can treat you. But think, if you have other problems, you are not healthy, you have hypertension, blood pressure, or you have other endocrine disorders like diabetes, it's very common, and even you are living in a very heavily intoxicated area and you get brain injury, I guess the results will not be the same. It could be different. And we cannot treat those patients or those people with the same kind of theory or same kind of drugs. So in this area, we are working together with comorbidity factors, because that is one of the reasons why so many clinical trials are failed. This was published in 2012. So we believe that now we have reached a situation that the problems of nanoparticles either doing good or doing bad. We cannot ignore these problems, and there are various aspects that should be addressed in modern neuroscience. This we are working with Dr. Fung here from Pt.1, and we were there last week and discussed with our friends, give a talk, and this is a very active collaboration on neuropathic pain and nanoparticles influence. Then we were in Beijing on June 3 and 4. This is another Professor Fung. We are working on some aspects of the spinal cord injury. Because normally people could be a very narrow mind. They see what they want to see, but that's not the science. So I have great pleasure that this National Innovation Summit this year in 2014 in the United States, organized by various governments, they asked for to submit an innovation, and we submitted the work of Dr. Fung, where neuropathic pain is treated with a multimodal drug called cerebrolizine, nanowire, and to our great surprise, it got top 20 innovation award in the United States. So we are very happy, and this shows that we are going on the right direction. But you know, whatever you work more, I think the knowledge that you gain, then you feel that we have learned very less. Very much things need to be done. And this is very right, as Albert Einstein told us long ago. So I'm focusing some new aspects because we are working with various militaries of different governments. You see, nowadays our world population is not so safe. We have violence, war, conflict everywhere. And this is not politics. You can see what is happening in Syria, what is happening in Middle East, what is happening in Afghanistan. So this kind of scenes are everywhere. Do you think that when these soldiers get injury, they are equal to that we civilians get injury in a very nice place? I don't believe so. And regarding brain and spinal cord injury, I am quoting from US military data only, that most of the injury to the brain or the spinal cord results in war. Of course, you have motor vehicle accidents under normal circumstances. But these are the situations where the spinal injury or brain injuries are very common. I'm quoting some statistics and telling that most of the victims coming from combat-related casualties, they have different kinds of injuries and fractures, and they are very young. They have whole life to lead, and in such circumstances, we need to do something for them. And normal and conventional drug delivery or therapy could not work. These are also some statistics that only 17% of injuries of the spine and 53% related to gunshot. These are some examples. I am not reading these slides. You are very intelligent to understand these things. And the situations in war is very difficult. You see, this is the situation when a soldier gets injured and there is very little to do in the battlefield. They have to be lifted to various specialized hospitals, and it may take 3 to 6 hours, depending on the country, depending on the place where these things are happening. So therefore, as a medical specialist, this is also our first duty, not only to treat them at the site, but also try to give some kind of medicine so that their injury progress will be slowed down. It's not cured until they are getting to the specialized hospitals. These are the situations are also found. The soldiers have to do so many kind of acts, they get injured. This is a file picture from United States military where you can see that in the Middle East, the soldiers are walking, and this is the sandstorms they are facing almost every day. And these sands are silica particles, very fine particles called silica nanoparticles. Their size could be 50 to 60 nanometers. And these soldiers are breathing almost every day. When, apart from that, in summer situations, they have hypothermia, heat stress. They have traumatic injuries in the combat operations. Some of them have severe stress, the combat stress. So whatever happening to them, their physiology or pathophysiology is not similar to what we see in modern cities. So again, the traumatic injuries to the brain and spinal cord are very common in military population. Nowadays, these things are also quite common. Sometimes you can see in the street, gunfire, burning of tires, and missile explosion. All these produce numerous fumes, carbon nanoparticles, silver, copper, so many things are in the air, and people living in the area, they are breathing almost every day. When they get injured, their pathophysiology will be entirely different. So we have to think about that. So this is the book, New Perspective in the Central Nervous System, Injury and Repair. We combined 35 chapters in 2012. This is published last year. We have focused on these things that one should think nowadays in clinical cases. We also work, this is Dr. Hans Staley. He works in Miami Veterans, I said, no. How many you do? We are very happy. They said, sometimes 10 to 12 a year. He says, 30 papers in a month. Still, he's so active, and if you visit his lab, and his whole building is just like his memorial. So many certificates, so many volumes. This is amazing. He's also a human being. So I'm showing that one should get inspiration. But coming back to these things, these are carbon nanotubes. Single wall, multiple wall, they are used to drug delivery. So I told you that under difficult situations of various comorbidities, normal medicine may not work. Either we should increase its dose, or we should do some other way so that their action can be enhanced. So carbon nanotubes are used sometimes to deliver drugs. They are injected inside and then implanted or injected so that they can have a slow release of it. We are working on nanowires, means the wires made from nanoparticles. And this is Dr. Wang, and this is Dr. Ryan Tian. They work in University of Arkansas Fayetteville. They have the patent of titanium nanowire, US patent, and we are using in a collaboration to working on them. And that's why this nanowire delivery to Central Rising got top 20% of innovation award in National Innovation Summit 2020. Although the father of nanowire is Dr. Pudong Yan from Berkeley, but he is an engineer, so he is doing for electronics applications. But we are using these nanowires for biological applications. The recent trend also suggests that nanowires are not only used for drug delivery, they can also be used for stem cell survival for longer time. So the recent trend suggests that even silicon nanowires can be used for embryonic stem cells so they can live longer. I can show you these examples. They are very healthy, and this cell death here you can see can be very prolonged. They are very healthy for a long time. You can see this picture. They have studied this using fluorescence microscopy. You can see that the stem cell is still very healthy with silicon nanowires. And on nanowires, the stem cell grows very faster and live longer. These two examples. Here you can see high magnification. You can see how quickly they can grow on silicon nanowires, and the electrochemical detection shows that everything is very fine. The another use of nanowires is to kill specific cells in cell culture. This is an example where titanium-based nanowire is used to kill cell culture, tumor cells in the cell culture. They can specifically kill particular tumor cells, leaving the other non-cancer cells ineffective. So I was talking to this Tech Connect World, and you are also invited to submit if you have any innovation. This is open for all, not only for US citizens. Next year in June 2014, you can find the website, and it's really, you can see various military organizations, US government, and it's a very large, over 5,000 innovations were submitted in that, and we were happy to be among 20% of that. I can show you, you can't read it, but they are from different countries, 74 countries, and very long list of innovations. This is just telling that your award was, you got the award. And since nanowires are very expensive, we need support from the government or ministry or different organizations because it takes lots of money. I'm very happy that this is the governor of Arkansas, sitting governor Mike Beebe, who is supporting our research, and my wife is coordinating these kinds of all innovation. This is Dr. William Slicker. He is the director of US FDA, and we are working with him very closely on different aspects of nanoparticles. And even we got a certificate of excellence from US FDA long ago. We are very happy. So we did a spinal cord injury. I'm showing some example because my time is limited. So working on spinal injury and some kinds of brain injury, I will show you the spinal cord injury data. We believe that pathology and behavioral functions can go together. So these are very simple equipments that we use. This is a rotor rat, and this is inclined plane angle, just to show you. The rats were traumatized, they were placed here, they can slide down, so we lower down the level so that they can stay. are occurring in war-related events, and there is very little evidence. This was at 1885 to 1945 in general. There are several ways currently you can reduce the pathophysiology of the spinal cord injury. These are published, these are not my work, and the important thing is that reduce the effects of the damage, enhance circulation, oxygenation, and reduce the neurotoxins that are released after injury. And then you should reduce inflammation by drugs and even reduce cell death. These are the possible explanation given in the reviews. Then you have to encourage neuronal function, enhance connection with cells, like I think Dr. Liming is doing very much on cell transplantation, but we have to also see astrocytes, oligodendrocytes, and there are different ways, neuronal glues, you try to maintain the connection. Regeneration. We have to enhance regeneration, means the cells that are lost, they can be reformed, and there are various antibodies that prevent. Anti-novo is one example, neurotropins, different type of neurotrophic factors, they can help. The other way that replace lost nerve cells with fetal tissue stem cells or inhibit scar formation by different ways. Chemically, you can also enhance neurocircuit deficits and using different channel blockers, but the effects of them are very bad in whole nervous system. So I again remind you that these situations are very difficult, and I did these things. You can recognize the early name here. This picture was taken long ago, and this is Dr. Wan with whom we are working, and this is Dr. Sandberg with the corporation. This was taken in Beijing. So therefore, we must think about neurorestoratology, and it also includes traumatic, ischemic, metabolic injury, and even gut toxicity and hypothermia. I will be limiting only to traumatic injuries. So one of the very old saying that as a medical professional, what do you treat? You treat the symptoms or the root cause? I believe the root cause should be treated well in order to banish the symptoms and general progression of the health. And in such circumstances, we feel that blood-brain barrier is one of the root causes of the central nervous system diseases. The reason is that we have neurons, but 10 times are more glial cells and even 15 times more than neurons are endothelial cells. So the non-neuronal cells are maintaining the health of the nervous system. This is an example, the endothelial cells. There are two endothelial cells connected with tight junctions, and this is the length, 28 angstrom in diameter. This is stopped here. Okay. So this says that if you are normal and healthy, your blood-brain barrier is not weak. We tested in rats, and this is spinal cord. You can see here that this is one microvessel, lengthening is here. This is one nerve cells and glial cells. They are very healthy. And in normal situations, no dye can leak from blood to brain. On the other hand, there is also a possibility that from brain to blood also there is a very tight barrier, but not so much is done on this aspect. So we started on our work on a spinal cord injury early in Sweden. This is my colleague Dr. Thomas Winkler, and this is Professor Enko Stahlberg. He is a pioneer of electrophysiology. And we did a book in 1998, 10 years later. We make an injury very similar to the dorsal horn only, not like this, or not like a crush. So a minimal focal injury and certain cell changes in other sites. However, I must tell you that no experimental conditions can mimic the human situation. You agree with that? Because in animal conditions, we give them anesthesia. After that, we make coma. But in human situation, look, if we have motor vehicle accident, we are conscious. And also when you make a spinal cord injury in animals, you put injury on the dorsal spinal cord. I guess you are neurobiologists, so you understand dorsal and ventral. But in human cases, you always have injury from the ventral side. So these things are very peculiar, but still we have to do it. And the other causes are motor vehicle accidents here, and you can see that this spinal cord is detached, but these situations are very, very difficult. make a lesion, you see that this is untreated and the spinal cord is very swollen, edema, and microhemorrhage is seen. If we put drug, no matter what the drug is, this is much better. And these are two other conditions, they are different drugs. So you can evaluate using this model drug development. If you record electrophysiology using electrodes here in the dorsal and caudal side, you can see that after spinal cord injury, this amplitude is completely disappeared. But on the behind the lesion, the amplitude has really increased because this is the inhibition of inhibitory action. So you have the addition of excited potential. So it means that the below and above of the lesion after injury are not same. This is an example. There is swelling of the spinal cord here compared to control. If you study blood spinal cord barrier leakage with advanced blue albumin, which is large diameter, you can see effect after 1 hour only, and it is gradually increasing. But if you use another model, 131 iodine, which is smaller, you can have the leakage as early as 5 minutes. So the point is that the tracer you are using, you can see different pictures. This is the same example of lanthanum. You can see here that the lanthanum is present inside the endothelial cell, and here is also. But all cells are not equally affected. This is the same injury after a spinal cord, myelin vesiculation, edema, and lanthanum changes. But as I mentioned you, the tight junctions are not broken down, they are still intact for this lanthanum. When there is a leakage of albumin or protein, you have edema, means swelling, increase in water, and that you can see it is increasing over 12 hours after a spinal injury. Neuronal damages can be seen as early as 5 hours as compared to control. I mentioned glial cells 10 times more. You can see also after 5 hours there is even difference between right side, the injured side, and uninjured side. Different intensity. But if you give some drugs, no matter what they are, I am not discussing here, you can also stop this gliosis here. It means that neurons and glia both acting together in case of pathology. Here is myelin basic protein, that the constituent of actions, and you can see here control, they are very red, and this dorsal horn is very composed, but here after injury the dorsal horn is swollen, the redness is much less, and many fibers that you can see here, or bundles of fibers, they are less evident, means there is damage of axons because this is degradation of myelin basic protein. These changes appear to be real because this is the CFOS expression here, you can see in dorsal horn and also in ventral horn, they are expressed in 5 hours. And the most important part is the electron microscopy. That's why we do injury in one side. This is the left side here. The cell changes, vacillation and edema. This is 1 microvessel. But on the right side, you can see this is much more wide spaces, edema, and this is probably activated microglia. This is the myelin action. I showed you the devastation or vesiculation is much more higher in the right side than the left side. So I believe in seeing the results. But you can see that whenever an injury occurs or anything can happen, there are thousands of things are released in the brain or the spinal cord. Some of them could be damaging to the cord, and some of them could be quite neuroprotective. Both are within the brain and the spinal cord. So what we need is a balance. So this is an example here. These are T9 and T12 segments untreated. When we have given BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, you can see that this is quite neuroprotection. When we have added further GDNF, a combined treatment, you can see the neuroprotection is much more better. They are all on the same scale. This is another example, the blood spinal cord barrier leakage here in the water content. You can see that if you apply 30 minutes before or up to 30 minutes after, there is some protection with BDNF. If you apply IGF-1, the same applies here, you can have neuroprotection. This is the leakage also there. You can reduce the leakage by IGF and BDNF1 up to certain time. But if you give some 1 hour after or 2 hours after, the effect is gone. we also try to see nitric oxide is the another thing is carbon monoxide. This is also another gas, a free radical. And here is the upregulation of enzyme oxygenase 2 we had chosen, not 1. I'm not showing this. Massive upregulation. When we have given a drug called PCPA, serotonin synthesis inhibitor, as a pre-treatment, you can see that very little is seen here, and this spinal cord is not much swollen. This is compared to the heart. So and this also prevents the blood spinal cord barrier leakage. So the point is that those drugs, no matter what they are, if they are reducing the blood spinal cord barrier, you are going to have less surgery. This is the message. Then we are also doing some collaboration with Professor Wang here in Beijing. The idea is that no single drug can work because there are thousands of substances are released. So we have added some more growth factors. This is ciliary neurotrophic factor, BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, and glia-derived neurotrophic factor, and a combination of them in 10 nanogram in 10 microliter each. You can see the best combination of reduction we found when we have the 3 combination of neurotrophic factors as compared to any other combination. This is the maximum injury no treatment. The edema is also reduced by the combination of 3 neurotrophic factors as compared to the uninjured one. The blood flow that is reduced after trauma has also significantly increased by the 3 combination, not the other combinations. Neuronal changes were also reduced by 3 combination of the neurotrophic factors as compared to the uninjured. The other combinations may not work. So the point is that you have to choose the right combination of neurotrophic factors, not that if they are neurotrophic factors, they are going to work. It is also possible that some of the neurotrophic factors, they are good alone, but if you combine them, they could cancel the